Hi guys, Chris Santiago from MMA. Today I'm joined by one half of the XMMA 3 co-main events. We have the rock star. We have on the one and only Keith Richardson. Keith, how's it going today?
Going good, man. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for the time as always. How's the fight camp been for you this time around?
It's been good. Like, in a lot of cases, I like a short camp anyway. Yeah. Like fight popped up and I was immediately game for it. I stay training. I'm in here 6-7 days a week anyway. So like a short camp doesn't really hurt me too much. As a matter of fact, a lot of times I think I go in less banged up when it's a shorter camp.
For sure, for sure. Then you haven't fought since 2019. Why is that?
COVID fights falling through last minute. Like, I was supposed to fight Scoggins twice. He pulled out, and then I had to, then I got COVID coaching at Bare Knuckle. So it's just been like I've had plenty of fight camps, just actual fight hard to come by.
Mm-hmm. And I know you've been booked cancellations, like you were supposed to fight XMMA 2. How much have you missed the fight game and just being in there to compete? Like, how much have you missed that aspect of the sport?
I have the worst case of MMA blue balls that you've ever seen. This what I do full time. Yeah, this is what I love to do. I love being in a cage, love being in a ring. It's been killing me. Like, it hasn't been for lack of, I like to stay busy and I like to, I love to fight. That's why I do this.
For sure, for sure. And then, you're facing on a very tough former Bellator champion, Daniel Straus. When you got the call that you were facing a former Bellator champion, what were your thoughts on it? And what was your reaction when you got the call?
It's pretty fun. Like they hit me up, fighting. And I was like, who's the opponent? And then like Daniel Straus, I was like former Bellator champ. They're I think they thought like I was like worried, but that made the fight way more interesting to me. He's like, well, he's like he hasn't fought in a while and stuff like that. I was like, no, say less. I was down when you said the name. He's somebody that's at such a high level success in the fight game. I know what level to fight at, and I can fight of that. I can take out of that.
For sure, for sure. Then, this fight's moved up to the co-main event slot. Did they give you a reason why the Kyle Bochniak versus Derek Campos fight isn't happening?
I know there was some scheduling conflict, and then I think both of the opponents wound up having to pull out. Like one of them, there was the other one might have gotten injured. I didn't dig too deep into it, because it was just worked out for me.
Gotcha. And then, Daniel Straus hasn't fought since 2019. I think he's been in some trouble with the law. But do you think the long layoff for him will affect him more than it does yourself? Like, do you believe in ring rust?
I think it, because even though I haven't, had a fight, like I said, I've been through a lot of training camps. I've had a lot of fights fall through. I've had a lot of things I've been ready to fight since my last fight. I've been looking for fights. But with both of us being a little bit older fighters, I've stayed steady, pushing, training at such a high level every day. I think when you start getting to be an older fighter, if you take a step back and if you take a foot off that gas pedal, I think it's almost impossible to get back to where you were. So I think that layoff is going to hurt him way more than it's going to hurt me. I know he's been through a lot of stuff. He's had a lot of even before all the other trouble. I know he had a lot of injuries from that motorcycle wreck. So at the end of the day, still Daniel Straus. two-time Bellator champ. You know, I'm expecting a hard, tough fight.
And what's your prediction headed into this fight?
Honestly, like I'm not big on pre-fight predictions. Yeah, I just know it's going to be a scrap. Just know it's going to be a war. You know, super tough guy, super skilled. Yeah, and I'd like to say the same about myself. So I think it's going to be a fun fight for people to watch. And it's going to be a fun fight to be a part of.
And I believe your last fight was at bantamweight, but is this going to be a featherweight showing in the co-main event?
Yeah, we're doing like catch weight.
Is it 140?
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
A little bit over 140. Yeah, just because he's never cut below, but you know, I know he's not walking around super heavy. You know, I stay pretty much fight ready. Like, you know, I've taken, I took a fight against Tony Gravely on 2 days notice. You know, I went three rounds and, you know, almost snapped his arm and dropped him. Yeah. So like I stay pretty fight ready. You know, I don't put on a ton of weight anymore in between fights and stuff like that. And I just maintain my diet and my level of training at a pretty high level.
And right after your fight, it's going to be some bantamweight fireworks. John Dodson's first fight outside of the UFC in a very long time, and he's going to face off against Cody Gibson, who's also a UFC veteran. What are your thoughts on that fight, and would you like to predict that one?
Yeah, that one's going to be a banger. Like, you know, Dodson's always been a super impressive fighter. You know, he's so explosive and powerful. Yeah, I think that, yeah, that fight. I think we're just gonna have back-to-back fireworks. I don't know. It's gonna be curious to see. Like, you know, I'm hoping, you know, Dodson, you know, is still super motivated to fight. You know, even though it's not, you know, at that UFC level. So like, you know, it's always kind of interesting to see how guys handle that. Like, how hungry are they to get back? How hungry are they to, you know, get back to fighting at the highest level?
For sure. Then, you know, you're facing off against a big name former champion, Cody Gibson and John Dodson. Let's say if you get the win on Saturday, would you like to call out the winner of John Dodson versus Cody Gibson, considering that you guys are fighting big names on the XMMA scene?
I mean, I wouldn't be against it. I've never been a big call out guy, but if that fight was presented to me, I'd take it. You know, I'd snatch that up in a heartbeat too. Like, you know, I've never been like, you know, you go down my Rolodex of fights. You know, I've fought in different weight classes. Like, you know, I've never been a guy to shy away from the fight. You know, I'm a Marine. I'm a warrior through and through. So like, you know, I want to fight those tough fights that I can get. You know, and that would definitely, like, the winner of that fight would definitely be you know, an option.
For sure. And then as you carry on that Marine mentality into Vice City, what you gonna do in Miami, like before and after the fight? Like, are you gonna hit up any hot spots over there?
I definitely made sure I'm staying at least until Monday. So like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got an after party, or if I need to start one, but like after that fight is over, I plan on getting inebriated and yeah, enjoying that Miami nightlife. I definitely want to hit up them Cuban bars. Those are fun. Like, man, last time I was out there, like, you know, me, Taylor Starling, and Ricky Rainey all went out to a Cuban bar and just had a good old time. You know, everybody's dancing and everybody's just having fun. So I'm looking forward to that.
For sure. Then, you know, Taylor's been stealing the spotlight over there in BKFC. Like, you know, with bare knuckle, like, is that maybe in your future, like maybe sharing a card with her? Like, is that a possibility in the future, or are you just gonna stick to MMA?
Oh no, I was you know, I've actually been trying. Like, there was a couple of times where I was supposed to supposed to have a fight with them. They had some scheduling conflicts and stuff like that. I like to challenge myself. I like to, go outside the comfort zone. Like bare knuckle would definitely be an option. I was training for a bare knuckle fight for a little while. Then actually, when I got Goggins fight the second time, bare knuckle wasn't able to get hard, so I was like, all right, well, this fight, that's okay, you guys. Like, yeah. So like, I was getting ready for bare knuckle fight. It was fun in a different way.
Awesome, man. Do you have any friends fighting on this card?
Fighting hard that I think of. I definitely I'm sure to run across a couple. But
Co-main events against Daniel Straus, XMMA 3 Vice City. What can the fans expect to see from you in Miami?
yeah, a warrior. Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna make Marine brother.
Awesome to hear. And keep just thank you so much for the time. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans out there watching, or like any sponsors that you want to shout out?
Anybody that's coming out for it. I appreciate the support. Even if you're booing me, I don't care. You're coming out watching live MMA fights. So thanks for coming out. Sponsors DD214, Fightwear, my family over at Modern Warrior. We are definitely a family gym. When I started this gym, it was one because I was having PTSD issues and stuff like that. And one of the big things that I missed was the brotherhood. And anybody that's been to the gym, really feels that atmosphere, feels that love, feels the way that we take care of each other. 007 bail bonds. Actually, sadly, I lost a good friend of mine that was was one of my sponsors since my first amateur fight. And I actually used to work for him as a bail bondsman on the side, just so I can get my my door kicking in. Sadly, he passed. So I'm definitely going to be going in there with a little extra motivation. W for him too.
Awesome. And one last question I forgot to ask. Your nickname is Rockstar. Who's your favorite Rockstar?
My favorite Rockstar. Sadly, some of my favorite rock stars are dead now. Chester and Chris and those guys made awesome music. Funny story is how I got that nickname was after my first amateur fight. Some girl just came backstage and asked me to sign her boobs, and it just kind of went from there. Plus I used to work for my cousin's band and stuff like that. Office lights on, emotion. But so it just kind of fit, kind of stuck. So
great. I hope to see you perform on stage one day. I mean, whether it be in the cage or on the stage with the microphone. Hey, we got to see that happen someday.
Yeah. No. If I music, probably. If you're a rock star, women throw panties. If you're a fighter, men throw punches. So if I had the ability, I might have chose a different path.
For sure. In a different multiverse, I'm sure you're a rock star in that one. Well, Kiva, thanks so much for the time, and best of luck on next Saturday, and hope to see you win.
Appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Pleasure talking to you.
You too.